our affordable house now. So once you have Revit open, what you need to do is create a new file. You always start from an architectural template. So make sure that that happens. If you mess that up at the very beginning, you have to redo everything. So start from an architectural template, say okay. And once Revit loads, just like with the utility shed, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start with creating our interior and exterior wall sections. So click on wall first, and then let's find an exterior wall. Same thing as before, EIFS on metal stud. We're going to edit the type, and we are going to duplicate it, call it exterior 2x6 wood stud. Say okay, edit the structure. We're going to change it from EIFS exterior insulation, that's 3 inches thick. Ours is going to be the same vinyl siding, that's a half inch thick, so 0 and 0.5. Change it to vinyl. So click on the 3 dots. Remember, vinyl does not currently exist, so we need to create it. So from this circle with a plus sign, create new material. Change it from default new material to vinyl siding. Graphics, change to, again, this is all your choice. Looks good when it's a horizontal pattern. It kind of looks like the way siding does. And then swap it from like a flat gray, go to the appearance library, siding, and again, it's your call what you want to do. I kind of like it, just makes it look good when it's the horizontal pattern, 4, 6, or 8, your call. I'll do the horizontal 8-inch gray. So that's the way my siding will look. Hit apply. Okay. This is also something we can go back and adjust later on, depending on what your client wants. Thermal air layer, we do not have that. Delete that. Membrane, that's your house wrap, 0 inches because it's a membrane layer. Substrate, plywood sheathing, keep that at 3 1/4 inches. Our 2x6 walls are really 5.5 inches thick, and it's not a metal stud, it's a wood stud that we're going to use. So go down to stained wood. Instead of creating a brand new material, we're going to duplicate this, and we're going to call it wood stud. Keep the graphics and appearance the same, just because it's a material that's inside the wall. We'll never actually see it. Then gypsum wallboard, vapor retarder. That's your vapor barrier. Again, it's a membrane layer, 0 inches thick. Finished gypsum wallboard, 1/2 inch thick. So there's our exterior wall. Say okay. And okay. And now you need to size your house. The easiest thing to do, the way I would say is the easiest way to get started, is if you go back to the affordable house design. Remember that we are looking for either 2, 3, or 4 bedroom. Most houses are, and it's again your call to figure out what the width of your house is going to be. Pick a number that you think evenly goes into one of these square footages. So I'm gonna do a 1-story house. If you're doing a basement or a second floor, you're going to have a stairwell. The stairwell could easily take up 100 to 150 square feet of space. So you might need to add about 100 to 150 square feet of space if you have a basement or a second floor to accommodate a stairwell to go up or down. So I'm going to do a 1-floor, 4-bedroom house. So it's going to be about 1,230 square feet. So also my house, I'm going to have about 30 to 35 feet wide. So I need to figure out the length of it so that it's 1,230 square feet. So if I say 1,230 divided by 35, all right, it's going to be 30. That's going to be a square. That's not really what I want. Say it's 31. So I can do maybe 31 by 40. If I do even 30, 30 by 41. All right, so I'm going to do a house that's 30 by 41 feet. So I'm in my basic wall. So I want it to be a rectangle in shape, and then zoom in a little bit, hit escape, get out of that command, make sure that everything is the way it is. So change it over from, so make sure it's on thin lines, see fine detail. Good, the exterior of my house is on the outside, which is good. If I click on a wall, you also see that the arrow's on the outside. Good. All right, now let's dimension the outside, make sure that it is what it should be. So from the face of core, so the outside face of the core of this wall, so the outside of the studs there to the outside of the studs there. That's what I want to measure to, and the outside stud here to the outside stud here. And that's where I want it to be. This is going to be 31. Or no, did I say 30 or 31? I said 30 and 41. Okay, so that's going to be 30. And then this is going to be 41. So I have a floor plan that is 1,230 square feet. You know, in actuality, I could probably actually add an extra foot onto this. And the reason being, so 31 here and 42 here. Sorry, oops. Undo. Okay, change this to 42. All right, so the reason I'm doing that is I'm doing from the outside face of this wall to the outside face of that wall. Remember, these are 5.5 inches thick, so 5.5 here, 5.5 here. That's 11 inches, call it a foot. So really, the thickness of the walls, I've lost square footage on the inside. So now if you actually take the inside dimension to the inside dimension, it's not exact, but inside dimension to inside dimension is much closer to what I'm looking for. So the inside dimension to the inside dimension, 30 by 41, you know, so now that my inside dimensions are much closer to what the habitat requirements are with the 1,230 by 1,230 by adding one extra foot on the outside. All right, so now I have the interior dimensions I want. Now I'm going to start doing the layout that I need, and that's all about the interior partitioning of my house. All right, so I need to create some interior walls. So if I click on wall, I'm going to go to interior. It says 5-inch partition. I'm really going to have about a 5.5. Let's see, actually, no, mine's going to be 4.5 because it's going to be a 1/2-inch gypsum wallboard, 3.5-inch wide stud for a 2x4, and another 1/2 inch. That's 4.5. So the closest one actually is the 4 7/8. So let's click on that one. Edit type, duplicate, interior, 4 1/2 inch in sorry, let's say 2x4 wood stud. 2x4 wood stud. Edit this. So remember, it's going to be 1/2 inch gypsum wallboard. 0.5 here. 0.5 here. Oops. And then 3 5/8 metal stud is really going to be 0 and 3.5 inch. I'm going to switch over to wood stud. Wood stud will exist now since I've already made that. Say okay, and okay, and okay. And now you can start partitioning the inside of your house however it is that you want to partition your house. Remember, when you're doing this, the garage is not included. That doesn't, it's not included. And then what you're going to do is just, put in, walls to separate out the spaces for your kitchen, your living room, your bedrooms, your bathrooms, all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to leave that to you. I will come back later on afterwards to kind of show you how you can put in labels and put in square footages of each individual room to make sure that each space is the way you want it to be. But this should be enough to start partitioning off the space. So you see, you can just quickly start drawing in, different rooms here and there, however it is you and your client want things to be done. Again, I'm just kind of randomly putting in rooms right now. So you could do stuff like this. All right. Don't worry about doors and windows just yet. We'll place all that later. Right now, it's all just about partitioning the inside of your house to be whatever size it is you need it to be, however the layout is with rooms and square footages. All right. Check back in with you later.